Hey guys, it's Alfred. I'm back with another video. To start, it's like been a pretty good session. Like I've been playing some 25 and now, and like so then look what happens here. I 3-bet this guy who's opening 3.5x, then he snap 4-bets me 3x, which is kind of weird, right? Like that sizing's huge. So, but like I just side shove it, and then like he has ace 10 off, and then the exact same guy. We play another hand where I have jacks. Like this is literally like 3 hands later. Does the exact same thing. Like opens 3.5x. I 3-bet. He 4-bets and I jam, and he just calls with like 10-7 suited. Almost like got me there, but like either way, like yo, we're just up a lot now. That guy was just basically just like donating. Gonna go for a squeeze here. Yeah, I don't normally show my 25 and L stuff, but like, here's how it's going. Just pretty much just on like a heater. So on this board right here, on the first board, we can basically just do like whatever you want. Bet checking is fine. Gonna roll like passive. Gonna play like a check this time. He does have hands that interact with this board. I'm lagging a bit. He just, what's with this lag? Let me just check if my internet's good. Okay, it is. Okay, it's a little bit of lag right there. Okay. Please don't tell me I have to open another table. Gonna have to call now. Oh, this is really annoying. At least we're good there. Because now I have to open these tables. And I finally figured out how the leaderboard works. You actually have 3 attempts on this thing. So, okay, everything's back and running. Okay, I think. Okay, now like the playing explain will start now. He had ace jack suited. Interesting how he doesn't 3-bet that one. I always emphasize the 3-bet strategy in micro stakes. I have a pretty clear 4-bet here. But yeah. This spot's more like a 50-50 check. And with the combo draw, I'm just going to be betting, especially against the short stack. Something like half pot seems fine. We have kings. And gonna call the deuces. Same thing here, more like a 50-50 bet. I think I'm just gonna prefer to bet more with the diamonds. I'm just gonna check this one back, try to realize some equity. Pretty good flop for my hand here. And against the short stack, I'm just gonna be betting this pure. No need to RNG. Just gonna be calling here. Without the heart is like a pretty nice property. When we don't have the heart here, like when we turn the 2 of hearts, he can hit flushes and we can like stack those. Against this, I don't think I'm really raising much. Sucks that like jack 10, I mean queen jack gets there, a 7x gets there, but I just don't think we can fold yet. And now I just fold the deuces. And that's probably like the worst run I've ever seen in my life. And because we're like losing to his like jack 10 that leads the flop. And I think we just fold here. But yeah, it just sucks that this is a run out. We just lose to his like, what, jack 10, 8, 9, 9, 10, that kind of weird stuff. And of course he has like a whole ton of straights. So that one's like, maybe like we could raise a flop for protection. But I just wasn't expecting that flop run out to be that bad. Either way, it's pretty good leaderboard points with those nice hands. Getting pocket aces now. I can't remember if I was playing with this dude in 25 and L. I think I'm just gonna go for like a pot size 3-bet. Because we are slightly deeper. Okay, and on this specific spot right here, specifically cutoff versus button for bet, I'm just going to be playing like a flat call here. And going to be calling here with the ace high. And this board is just incredibly easy to play. And just judging on how fast he bet, I'm just assuming he has something like, he's just range betting this board basically. And now we're just praying he has queens. I think on this turn I'm just going to check. We need to have protection. I'm kind of debating on calling on board. He has kings. I'm debating on calling on board 3, but I'm not gonna. I just think he has like a lot of these middling pocket pairs that he can comfortably value bet. Even like 5, 6, 5, 7s, 9s, 8s, that kind of stuff. 10s can comfortably value bet. And unfortunately for him, that was just a straight cooler. Can't really do much, but yeah. I was saying, interestingly, we now lose to like queen, jack of clubs. It's nice to know that people are actually four-betting these hands in 10 and L as well. Like, that is a pretty reasonable four-bet. Like, I've seen people who literally only four-bet hands. Like, I've seen people literally four-bet kings plus, basically. Like, I've seen a lot of people just calling with queens now too. With the king queen, I think I'm trying to remember what like I do. I think I just fold. Gonna be going for a small c bet and folding to like a jam or anything here. And with the 10s, I think we can 4-bet a decent amount of time. And yeah, that looks like a good roll. So just gonna go for a 4-bet. And like in theory, we don't really fold to a 4-bet, but I mean a jam. But like, yeah, this guy's like, I haven't tagged as a nit. Maybe that's like the wrong tag. Gonna go for a flip and hopefully we win, and we do. So running pretty hot now, especially now that we have aces right here. Gonna go for a larger than normal 3-bet. Yep. And on this board where it's incredibly bad for our particular hand, we just have an easy check back. Making sure my Streamlabs is recording. Pretty nice turn, because now we beat hands like ace 6, ace 7, like 8, 9, kind of stuff. And I'm just gonna go for like this big bet. And pretty nice play by him. Especially since the king is going to be good for me a lot of the time. The thing is, like, based on this pool, I doubt I'll have any checks on the river. And I doubt he's doing this with any kind of bluffs. I think, like, we can fold, but, like, I just think we're just way too high up in the range. And that just makes it incredibly hard, because now if he bets big, we just have to side call. I was gonna say if I wasn't recording I would have folded the turn, but like maybe it's gonna make me a nit. I think I'm just gonna go for this like huge bet and like fold to a jam or something, because I just don't see him doing that with anything that isn't like a set or a straight. And like, yeah, like if he does have something like a 2-pair, like 7, 8, 6, 7, I kind of just want to charge that. Even something like king 9 that like somehow check raises king 8, that kind of weird stuff. So as I was saying, like, it's kind of weird because like I learned that you have 3 attempts for the leaderboard now, which is kind of cool. We're already up 2 buy-ins, so it's going pretty well. as compared to the last session where I just got like steamrolled in every single spot. And we saw this person like 4-bet jam. Okay, so now like I think this person is just like I'm just gonna go for a check raise here, just because like I really want to get all the money in. And if he shows something like tens or sevens, I'm just never gonna like check raise ever again. Just looking to check down the ace deuce. And if he has something like jack 10 or like ace 10, I feel like he won't really be capable of folding that. Gonna go for a small bet with the queen jack. It's good, it's good. Like our graph is going back up. 10 and 0 for the month right here. I can't remember if I call like 10-8 suited here. I assume I do. Unless it's like a very, very small amount of the time. Yeah. Whenever you're just unsure of something, just go with like the fold. In my opinion, that saved me like a lot more money. Just gonna have to go for like a cold 4-bet here, unfortunately. And fold to a jam. And weird bet sizing. He's saying he has something like, yeah, he's saying he has like, kind of tempted to call here just because he's saying he has something like an 8. I just think his value bet sizing is kind of weird. Unfortunate what happened here. I should have seen it come in, just because like he snapped 3-bet this guy in early position, and then he like, yeah, so pretty indicative of strength. Holding here, and against like a 50% c-bet, I think we just fold. We have much better hands to play here. We have like much better hands to call. Like a lot of our 9s don't really improve, and we're like dead to all his jack X over pairs. No reason to keep chasing. 3-bet him, and then like now he's calling. I think I'm just gonna call here just because like they're both blue players just like me. I think I'm just gonna go for like a 3rd c-bet here just to simplify everything. And I don't think I'm gonna be 3-betting on board 2 just because he's a short stack. That's why we call here. Like I'll get into a situation where if he calls, like SPR is gonna be so low. Like I want to have room to play around in like the post flop. He calls, he 10 calls, so could have like some pocket pair that feels like he needs to call a flop, but he also has like ace queen, I think, ace 10, and like just a bunch of middling pairs. I don't know, he's opening like pretty wide 34, so he could have something, some wide, a range as wide as like 10-6 or something. I don't know. Just gonna go for a barrel on the turn. Of course we're calling here, and now it's kind of weird because like he checks the flop, which I think that like a lot of people with flush draws would just straight bet, but he checks the flop, then once the ace comes he bets big, then now it's like the spade river and he's still betting big. Kind of weird. I'm not saying that like I'm gonna bluff catch here, but I'm just saying that it's pretty freaking weird. And I think on this board, I think I'm just gonna go for like a little over half pot c-bet. He's gonna call and gonna fold here. He's gonna call and turn is the 8 of spades, so trying to figure out what my sizing is. It's definitely like gonna be a bet, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for like this, and obviously not fold to any jams. Kind of uncomfortable because like we're only really beating something like ace 10. And I feel that like the amount of times I've seen people just call queens pre, like that's like pretty heavy in his range. But we still beat like, you know, king 10, ace 10, jack 10, 10 9. Ugh, so sick. Because now he's just saying he has like pocket like tens or something. I was so distracted, I just like auto check down this thing on the river. Like if he might have to down jam like tens here. Just don't get why he wouldn't do that on the turn. I don't know, it just screams so much strength here. I think I'm just gonna make like the tightest laydown in the world. I'm gonna fold that one. I'm like very uncomfortable, but like it just doesn't really make sense of what he's like jamming here. Has to be value. Like he check calls a huge bet on the turn, and just like nothing comes. It just bricks out on the river, and then he just ships it in. So yeah, unless they get like a better read on him, then yeah. I just wish I had more time to like think it through. Gotta check the graph. That is very annoying though. I wish I was playing on Bodog right now so I can like see what he had. I'm trying to think if checking the turn would have been a better play, but not too sure about that one. Just trying to bookmark it on my HUD before I forget. Okay, and I think this board is pretty much just gonna be like, I'm just gonna bet at like 50% and just pray he folds. Folding here. And he calls, and the turn is like a queen of hearts. Okay, so this card is like insanely good for us. I think I'm just gonna keep betting here. Cause like our ace king gets there. And we also have like an open under now to like compensate for that. And like we rarely face like jams here, just cause like we have so many. I mean, like we're not capped here. We have like ace king full frequency. So flopping top pair on a monotone board. Interesting how he goes for a big bet. I think we can have like some decent amount of check raises here, just because a lot of people are just c-bet a lot. But I'm gonna call this time. He just doesn't stop, eh? I'm gonna block this river. I'm gonna call here. Just think it works pretty well. And against a 3-barrel, I just don't think we can call. I just had like a feeling, just like monotone board, bam, 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 you know, like. Already played like 200 hands. Playing for 20 minutes right now. This is the guy, our nemesis. Dude, what did you have, man? I feel like a lot of people are gonna see that like jacks fold and just like say ace upon or something. Maybe I misplayed it. Maybe I was supposed to check the turn with that hand. We'll play for like 5 more minutes or so. I wanna see like what he's doing with like his hands here. Like this is, let's see how he plays. Maybe get a better idea of what he could have had. So we have a 3-bet pot, he calls. see a half pot bet from small blind, albeit it was like a small 3-bet, and he calls. Okay, and then now we see a like little over 2/3 bet, and he snap calls. Interesting. All in. Is he gonna snap call? He's tanking. He has a decision, and he folds. Not sure if we gained any relevant information, but yeah. Let's keep going. Pocket sixes are not really supposed to call him any 3-bets, but just because of this guy's sizing, I'm gonna call. And now on that flop, I have to call. He's gonna check it, and I feel like we could be betting a lot of times, but I don't know. I think we're just gonna have to go with a check, try to get to showdown. Now he's betting big, because like whenever I see these like small 3-bets, a large percentage of the time they're just doing it with like their super strong hands, you know. So I feel like he's just trying to trap on that turn on folding. Getting a bit tired. King 7 off. Did some review, and like I'm pretty sure this is gonna be like one of our 3-bets, depending on how polarized you want your range to be. I have that in like one of my 3-bets. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna call it quits soon enough. Just because, like, you know, this video was pretty action-packed. And I have to wake up early tomorrow. I have to wake up at like 7:30. And it's currently 2:30 in the morning. But yeah, I just been trying to grind this chest, because I have like 4 more days to go. Not sure if I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna have to check this turn, try to get your showdown. And on the river, he's just basically saying he has a 10. Because like, is he really like, he's saying he has a 10. Interesting. Let's read my thing. Okay, we're gonna call once and just fold to like further aggression. Trying to think of like, I guess he has like random stuff that whiffs. I'm just gonna look this one up, and this one I'm gonna fold. Just because like I've never seen anyone take this betting size and this betting line with anything that isn't like a set. So open, call, and he just 5x check raises on this, the world's driest board, like the driest board possible. I'm like, call, and he's okay, now let's bet pot. Like, what? I probably could even fold the flop, to be honest, if I know that this person is going to be betting like that. And on top of that, like, I have notes that says he like cold calls like kings, so it's pretty indicative that he's very like trap happy, you know. Like, he's the type of player that wants to just keep trapping. I mean, click from this. I'm just gonna keep betting just because this guy's a purple tag, and I'm just gonna call this once. Now just check. Pray he has like some brick flush draw, but the way he's calling, I doubt he has any. He has like, probably has like king queen or like king jack king 10, and of course I have to fold this river. And now I'm just stacking this guy's like aces or something. Yeah, sucks if he blessed me with like a missed flush draw, but like, yeah. At least we get this guy right here. Just a red line is decimated. Yeah, it's just, so I already have to read that he's very like trap happy, and he's really happy. He's like, I got that check raise from him, like, kind of thing, you know. Like, I'm gonna be calling down. Yeah, same guy here. Do we dare go for thin value against like some weak ace? I think so. And it worked. Or I guess an 8 as well. Damn, if he's calling, like, Makes me feel worse about my fold on the... I mean, makes me feel worse about not bluffing. Because you could have something like 7-8, you know? Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Here's our session graph. And for the month, it's like pretty swingy. Played around 2K hands so far. And of course, I'll show the all dates. I've just been really focused on 25NL, like trying to beat that game first. And yeah, looks like we played 30K hands. And thanks so much, guys. I'll see you in the next one.